So what to expect from this meeting? Joining us to talk about that, Kevin Nicholson is Chief Market Strategist at Riverfront Investment Group. Kevin, good to see you again. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Here we sit near all-time highs. We were just saying how the market has done so well the first half of this year. Do you think the markets are overly optimistic about this meeting coming up? What do you think?
Well, I think that the markets are optimistic about the meeting. Our base case is that they're going to agree to restart negotiations. And the greatest hope that we could have coming out of this meeting is that the U.S. says that they're not going to raise additional tariffs on the other $300 billion worth of goods coming out of China.
You know, we speak of the market as a whole, but let's face it, there are certain sectors of our economy that are more vulnerable to this trade dispute, especially when it comes to the tariffs that you were just mentioning there. Are they the ones that you should be mindful of as we wait for the outcome of this particular meeting? In other words, if they're moving higher as well, does that mean that the market is becoming overly optimistic here?
Yes, I think so. I think that the market has rallied over the last week or so based upon the negotiations and the idea that the two presidents were going to sit down and actually talk about trade. Because remember, a month ago, there was escalation and they had moved away from the table and there were no talks whatsoever. And I think that the discussions had gone as far as they could with their representatives, and having the two presidents in the same room, I think, is what is really giving the market hope and why a lot of the sectors that could be affected by the trade agreement or trade war in this sense are indeed rallying.
Well, Monday should be very interesting to see how the markets respond to what happens over the weekend. Kevin Nicholson with Riverfront Investment Group, always good to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.